Okay. Hi there. I am Mindy Arbuckle, and I'm happy to be here with you today. I have had a week. So last night was the first full moon of this year, of 2021. Fantastic. And the energy preceding it for me and for a lot of the people that I know has been very turbulent. So today I wanted to kind of go through what the hell happens, how you can be walking this path of spirituality and have so many ups and downs, and just sometimes it feels like a wild ride, and other times it feels like smooth sailing. So, I want to share three spiritual truths that every practitioner must know about. And then, what do you do about them? Okay. Um, for me, it feels like, one day you're just on top of the world. For me, it feels like certainty. Like, I know myself, I know what I'm doing, I know who I am, I know what my purpose is, and I'm so aligned with this. And then the next day, or night in my particular case, I'm melting down and I'm feeling like, what the hell's wrong with me? Why doesn't it work? How come this, my manifestations aren't working? Why is it taking so long? All the doubts, all the worries, all the shame comes up to the surface. For me, it was with a lot of tears. It was like water. I've been having so many water dreams this month. So, like, it was literally coming up to the surface and pouring out of me. And I know that happens to some of you as well. Like, oh my gosh, I'm just crying uncontrollably and I don't even know exactly what's wrong. I just know something's wrong. Okay. So, number one, if you are walking this spiritual path, and honestly, every single human, if you're human, this is going to happen. Resistance is going to come. You're going to hit a roadblock. You're going to find yourself stepping backwards or falling backwards. You're going to hit something that feels like a ton of bricks and you don't know what the F to do about it. Okay. And it can be something simple like just procrastination, right? It doesn't have to be life altering and crying for 2 hours in the middle of the night like I did the other night. Okay. That's one way, but it can show up really simply as well. Of like, the money that you're trying to manifest isn't showing up. It can be that, like everything that you're looking for at the grocery store seems to be out of stock. It seems like, the just little roadblocks that come up over and over. And you're not taking care of yourself. That's one of the best indicators that resistance is happening, is that you're not taking care of yourself. Okay, so spiritual rule number one is that resistance is inevitable. You are going to hit resistance. Spiritual rule number two, truth number two, is that it's going to take courage and love to jump over that hurdle. And this isn't, yes, external love and support help, but it takes deep courage from within for you to be able to overcome whatever resistance you're finding in your life. Okay. It's radical self love, my friends. Radical self love is going to get you through the hurdle, through the resistance, through the obstacle and the roadblock, over the hump, turn the corner. It's going to take you breathing deep, acknowledging that the resistance is there, and then making a choice. You can either do something willingly or unwillingly, or not at all. That's the gift of consciousness, is that you always have a choice. Okay? And spiritual truth number three, my dear friends, is the more you tap into your source, the less time you have to spend in the suffering of resistance. Okay, so rule number three is resistance there. It's going to come. It's not going to be there all the time, but it's going to come and it's going to cause you a little bit of pain probably. Number two is that it's going to take courage and love to get out of it. And number three is that the more you tap into your source, your spirit, your divinity, your highest self, the less time you have to spend in the suffering of the resistance. Okay? So how do we do this? How do we recognize when resistance comes? Well, I gave you a couple of clues. Resistance usually is arising when you're not taking care of yourself, when you know what you should be doing, but you're not doing it. Resistance is showing up by you not eating very healthy or taking time to care for yourself with a little bit of exercise or meditation or breath work. Resistance comes when you realize, I've just ate an entire bag of Cheetos and I don't even eat Cheetos. Oh, that just grosses me out. But I'm sure it happens to everybody at some point, right? We end up kind of derailing ourselves. We fall off the wagon. So when you recognize that you've fallen off your path, off the wagon, you get back on. You say, oh, that's what just happened. Wow, okay. I see it, I acknowledge it, and I'm going to learn from it. What in the world am I supposed to take from this? And every time that you hit a roadblock, it's building the muscles for tomorrow, for your spirituality to shine, for your purpose to lead the way, right? So when you get knocked off course and you come back to it, that's building muscle. And you can't get that anywhere but from experience and from taking action through that experience, okay? So once you've acknowledged, you've gathered whatever you can, however much or little you can to learn from this experience, then you've got to release it. I mean, the past holds on and it weighs us down and it pulls us back and it pulls us back and it gets harder and harder to move forward when we keep holding on to the past. So the more that you can release, the better you are moving forward, the less weight you have to carry. And it comes in stages. Like for me, this week, this crazy energetic full moon week has been a lot about bringing to the surface the pain, the suffering I've been holding on to and putting myself through from the past, flushing it out and putting it behind me for good, like actually shutting the door on that so that I don't have to keep living from that limited perspective. And that's the gift that suffering offers us. It says, this is what you're doing to yourself. Do you want to keep doing it in the same way? Or would you like to learn how to release it, learn from it, release it, and move forward with freedom, with choice? Okay? And how do we do that? How do we actually get rid of it? How do we move this stuff? Well, there is definitely the acknowledgement and the learning from phase so that you can release it. But other ways that we can do this are things like get yourself out into nature. Tap into the natural rhythms of the universe. Like last night was the full moon. So I did so many beautiful full moon rituals. I put my crystals outside in the full moon. I did a beautiful burning ceremony. I wrote all my fears and worries and crap I want to get rid of. Wrote it on a piece of wood. You can do it on paper and burned it in the fire. Tap into these natural rhythms that are all around us. And like right now, we're in the midst of winter. So use that winter to go inside, to cozy up to your highest self and to learn about the parts of you that you don't need anymore. So you can clear that, nourish yourself, and feel refreshed and ready to go when springtime hits. Okay, you can do movement through a beautiful walk outside in nature. You can, do some yoga asana practice. You can do any kind of movement that feels good. Dancing is a form of movement that moves energy through us. You can meditate, and meditation doesn't mean just sitting still and clearing your mind and shutting it off. But use whatever skills or tools you need. So if you want a guided meditation because it helps you, use a guided meditation. If you feel like you got to clear some energy from your chakras, find something that will work for your chakras. If you need meditation where you are in silence, just light a candle and sit. There's no rules to meditation. The only rules that are there are the ones that you're putting on it. So get rid of the rules. Okay? Next, use your crystals. Like I've got crystals all over the place and I just cleansed mine in the full moon. So like this beautiful, big, amazing things right here on my desk. I've got my moonstone and my labradorite and my smoky quartz to save me from all the pollution that these computers give me. Find the crystals that really resonate with you and use them. Like I've got my labradorite right here in my pocket, right? Use what you need to tap into your highest self, to clear the energy that's not really serving you and to amplify that which is. Don't forget about that, because that was what this full moon was about, was not just clearing, but also amplifying and inspiring you to do more, to be your highest self. That's the ticket. It's not just do more, but embody your authentic self. That's the more that we're looking for. Okay, let's see. You can do sound, crystal. Sorry, not crystals. My mind's on crystals. Sound through music, sound through singing bowls. These are fantastic. Love my singing bowls. Ting shas, whatever instrument you might have around the house that you haven't played in a long time. Let sound move you and move energy through you. And, of course, there's always clearing practices like smudging, using sacred herbs to clear the energy and to help you realign with your highest self. I also just received these beautiful candles that were actually made out of with the essence of sage in them, because my husband hates the smell of sage, and these are very mildly scented. It would never travel all the way down to his office like the smoke would. And the sage candle helps me clear the space and clear my own energy, right? Okay, so there's, so many techniques for clearing out what you don't need when you hit the roadblocks. It's just like doing the stuff that's good for you. That's the courage and the love that it takes to really motivate yourself to do what it's going to take for you to get back into alignment. And I want you to remember that the more you tap into your source energy through all of these practices, the stronger your spiritual muscles are going to get. So if you really want your spirit to lead your life, then it's important. It's so important for you to get consistent with these practices, because once a week meditation or once every couple of weeks or month meditation is not as effective as you sitting down, buckling up, and taking the time every day for yourself. It might just be 5 minutes of breathing. That's okay. It doesn't have to be a huge chunk. Take on what you can commit to and feel successful with that. Don't create this barrier. Well, if I don't have 30 minutes, then I can't meditate. I've got so many other things that are distracting me that I have to get done before I meditate. You're the one putting those rules in place. Remember, there's no rules here. These are truths, not rules. Okay, so strengthen your spiritual muscles through devoted practice. Find the rituals that are consistent with you. Like one of the ways that I keep crystals in my life is by putting them in my water. Can you see that? There's all these lovely, lovely crystals every single day in my water. And you can change those out, wash them every now and then. But you can do things that are so simple, like putting a crystal in your water glass or in your, water jug, whatever you take with you for the day. Allow yourself to commit with love, with courage and devotion to who you really are. And you just take it one step at a time. And when you have a setback with a big old wobble, well, have a little compassion on yourself, because honey, you're human. Okay? Don't get hard on yourself. Everybody wobbles. I wobble. I have meltdowns like everybody else, right? And I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm still there, because there's always a known level to get to, another something that's covering up the true self that now you're ready to release, that you weren't ready to release a couple of weeks ago or a couple of years ago or a decade ago. So when you wonder, oh God, why? I thought I dealt with this. I thought I already fixed this one. I thought I already cleared this pattern. Well, you did, at the level that you cleared it at. And now there's just a new piece of the puzzle that's revealing itself to you. And every time that you take that challenge on, every time that you hit a roadblock and you persevere and you take that grit that you have inside of your heart and you persevere, you get through it, your spiritual muscles just got stronger, honey. And that's the real practice of spirituality, is not to like wear white robes and like float around like everything's perfect all the time. We're human, honey. We got to be real about this. Like, yeah, shit hits the fan sometimes. You get in an argument. You have something come up from under the surface that knocks you on your ass. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you realize that it's happening, you do something good for yourself, and you get through it and get stronger for it. Okay? So those are the truths. Remember, resistance is going to happen. Number one. Truth number two is that it's going to take courage and love to get yourself through it. And number three is that the more you tap into that source, the more you come back to who you really are, the stronger your spiritual muscles are going to be, and the stronger you're going to be at showing up authentically as yourself, no matter where you are or who you're with. And that is like clear confidence. That's knowing who you are, that's showing up fully as your divine human self. That feels good. That helps you make more money. That helps you feel like you've got more impact. That helps you be a better parent. That helps you be a better spouse. That allows you to just love. Love, love, love all of you. And when you love, love, love all of you, you can love, love, love everyone else out there too. It gets a lot easier to love everyone else or to find something to love about people when you truly love yourself. And if this path is like, oh my gosh, I would love some support on this, because it is so much more effective when you have a community, when you have a guide helping you through this, like somebody else showing you how inspiring, how light-filled, how love-filled you are, and convincing you of that until you believe it yourself. It's just magic to have that community around you. So when you are ready for that, and I know you really are, because 2021 is all about taking inspired, aligned actions, then schedule a call with me. It's the best 45 minutes you're going to spend in your entire week figuring out how you get your life to feel more aligned with your spirit. If you're aligned with your spirit, your mind feels less messy, your body feels healthier and more vibrant, and you are ready to live in your highest purpose. That's my gift for you. Schedule it. It's 45 minutes. It's free. And it's really all about finding your way. What's going to work? If I can help you, I'll tell you. If I can't, then I'll tell you. It's not about me. It is all about you stepping into the fullness of you. Letting your heart lead the way, showing up confidently and shining bright, living your purpose. It's mindyarbuckle.com/talk. So easy. mindyarbuckle.com/talk. You'll see my schedule. Put yourself in there because this is your year. I don't care what happened last year. I don't care what's happened in January. This is your year to embody you, to start really living on purpose and in purpose, to be the solution that this world needs. You are the solution, the soul, it's the solution. So schedule with me, mindyarbuckle.com/talk, and we'll figure out if working together is something that'll work for you, or if not, I'm going to point you in a different direction. We'll part as friends because I'm here to guide you in whatever direction you need to go. All right, my friends. I love you. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We'll talk soon. Bye.